Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. All right, so let's dig in because apparently I have a lot of words this week. So David is on the run from Saul. He tries to work with Saul. He of course loves Saul's son Jonathan. Jonathan and David were covenant brothers, and just read the word, read the Bible, find out what's inside. It's really good. So we read then that David, let's just go to 1 Samuel 21, verse 10. And it said, David arose and fled that day from Saul, and he went to Achish, king of Gath. Now, of course, Gath, that was part of the Philistines. And so David gets there, and the servants of Achish said to him, Is this not David, the king of the land? Did they not sing one to another of him in their dances? Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s. David took these words to heart and was much afraid of the king of Gath. And he changed his behavior before them and pretended to be insane in their Philistine hands, and scribbled on the gate doors and drooled on his beard. Then the king said to his servants, You see the man is mad. Why have you brought him to me? Have I need of a madman that you bring me this fellow to play the madman in my presence? Shall he come into my house? So David departed and escaped to the cave of Adullam. When his brothers and father's house heard, they all went down there to him. So David, now on the run from Saul, and then goes to Gath, and now he's on the run from the king of Gath, and he escaped to a cave. And the Psalms give us glimpses, many glimpses, into the life of David, into the darkest parts of his life, but they always show us where David came back to the goodness, the faithfulness, and the love of God. Psalm 23 is one of the most well-known passages in the Bible, and David declares that the Lord Yahweh is his shepherd, the one who watches over him. And though David walked through the valley of the shadow of death, he would fear no evil, for God was with him. So regardless of the situations we find ourselves in, we must remember who our shepherd is. Our shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. That's from John 10:11. The one who will never, never, never leave us alone. So let's look at some scripture. Psalm 139 verse 7 says, Where could I go from your spirit, and where could I flee from your presence? Joshua 1:5, we're familiar with Joshua chapter 1 because that's where God really gives Joshua his marching orders and says, Go and be courageous. He says, As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not fail you or forsake you. And so from the accounts that we've read about Elijah and David and these scriptures, we can see that it doesn't matter what the situation is, whether it's Elijah and you come off of this amazing display of God's power and the circumstances send us running in terror, or as David, you're just trying to be in the place you think you're supposed to be, but it feels like you're so alone. God is there, and he finds us wherever we are. There is not a place that we can go where his spirit cannot find us. Let's read a few of those verses surrounding Psalm 139:7. This is a psalm of David. So, where could I go from your spirit, or where could I flee from your presence? If I ascend up into heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in the place of the dead, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning, or dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall your hand lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the night shall be the only light about me, even the darkness hides nothing from you. But the night shines as the day, the darkness and light are both alike to you. There is nowhere that we can go that will put us away from or separated from God to the point where he can't find us. Just like he said to Elijah, what are you doing here? This is not the place that I've brought you. You are not alone. You are not alone. We'll pick up here tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.